Hey, it's Chandra with Piano at a Glance, and in this video, we're going to be discussing the 3 most popular time signatures that every beginner piano player must know. We're going to be taking a look at 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4 time, explaining what these numbers mean and how they shape rhythm in music. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so there's 2 things that we have to remember when we're dealing with time signatures. The first thing is, what does the top number represent? The second is, what does the bottom number represent? So, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this top number first. We've got our first example, or our first time signature, which is 4/4 time. So our top number is 4, and that top number represents beats per measure. So it's saying that per measure you can only have a total of 4 beats from one bar line to the other, and so on. In this counting sequence, since we're in 4/4, it goes back to 1 every measure. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So next we have that bottom number. So this bottom number represents what type of note is going to get the beat. So when I say what type of note, I mean, is it going to be a half note that gets the beat, an eighth note that gets the beat, or a quarter note? Okay, so in the case of 4/4 time, our bottom number is 4, which represents the quarter note, which is going to get the beat. Okay? So, once you know what the top and the bottom number in a time signature means, you can then figure out how to go about playing through that time signature. Okay? So let's take a look at our first example here in 4/4. And so in this measure we have 4 quarter notes. So we just said that we can only have 4 beats per measure. So 4 quarter notes equals a total of 4 beats. So you're going to have beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and even, okay? Our next example, we now have 2 half notes. So 2 half notes equals 4 counts. Okay, so the first half note gets beat 1 and 2. And the second half note gets beats 3 and 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and in our next example, now we have a dotted half note followed by 1 quarter note. So we know that a dotted half note gets 3 counts, and our quarter note obviously gets 1. So that equals a total of 4 counts for this measure. So we have 1, 2, 3, and beat 4 is on that quarter note. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, our next example is a pretty easy one. It's just a whole note. And we all know whole notes, you hold those for a total of 4 counts. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and our last example here is eighth notes. So with eighth notes, an eighth note is equal to half of a quarter note. So we have to play two eighth notes within one count. So the way we want to count this is our first set of eighth notes is going to be 1 and, okay? Next is 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. Okay, so our downbeats are here, 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 and here. So this one sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, we also have to remember with 4/4 time, it also can have a different look to it. Okay, so if I go back here to the beginning and change this, I'm going to go ahead and change it to what's called common time. So, if you are reading a piece of sheet music and you see that there's a letter C there, it means common time, which is the same exact thing as saying 4/4 time. So whenever you see that, don't freak out. You already know how to handle it. Our next time signature is going to be 3/4 time. So if remember from the above example, our top number tells us that we're going to have 3 counts per measure, and our bottom number tells us that the quarter note is still going to get the beat. Okay? So in this first example, we have 3 quarter notes, which equal 3 counts. So we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Our next example, we have a half note followed by a quarter note. So our half note is going to get the first 2 beats, 1, 2, and our quarter note is going to get the last beat, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. Moving along, now we have only 1 dotted half note in there. Okay, so that is equal to a total of 3 counts. And that's it for that measure. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, and lastly, we have eighth notes. So we said that 1 eighth note is equal to, 1 quarter note is equal to 2 eighth notes. So 2 eighth notes must be played within 1 count. Okay? So in this example, we have 1 and, 2 and, 3 and. Okay, so we're just going to play it. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, so you have your first downbeat there, your second downbeat there, and your third one right there. So the last time signature that we're going to go over is 2/4 time. So with 2/4 time, the top number is telling us that we're going to have a total of 2 beats per measure, and the 4 is telling us that the quarter note is still getting 1 beat. So in this first example here, we have 2 quarter notes. So beat 1 is here, and beat 2 is here. Okay? Our second example is we just have 1 half note. And we said a half note equals 2 counts. So you're just going to play and hold that for 2 counts. 1, 2. Okay? And once we get to eighth notes, pretty simple. We're just going to do our our counting here because we know that we have to play 2 eighth notes within one count. So this first grouping we're going to count as 1 and the second grouping is going to be 2 and. So we just have 1 and 2 and. Hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully by now you have a better understanding of these basic time signatures and how essential they are in shaping the rhythm and feel of music. Though we've only covered the basics in this video, just know that there are more complex time signatures out there. But if you stick with the basics and practice, you'll find that you'll be able to tackle those more difficult time signatures in the future. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel for more musical insights and tutorials. I'll see you in the next video.